Your busy days. Today is Thursday, the 8th of December here, and today I'm going to be talking about some dashboard highlights. Some simple things that you can do, you can feature, you can use time and time again in regards to your dashboard. Now, the reason why I'm saying this, the reason why I want to bring this up, okay, and I want to scare anyone here and tell you how to do your job, but with KV Core, your KV Core dashboard, oh, here we are. I want you to go there every day. This dashboard here, the home page, logging into it. And you can do this, of course, just by accessing your desktop. There's also the mobile app version, which I'll make sure to share with you as well. But the reason why I'm bringing all this up for you here is because this is the hub of your business. This is where lead activity is. This is where leads look at properties and favorite listings and also interact with you. Your lead activity is there for you every day. So what you're seeing with Bonnie and Dev and Christian is their activity when they go through your site, when they react to your emails and your responses and your text messages. So what am I saying to you here? This is where you can react or preempt any kind of necessary response. Emails, calls, videos, and text messages. Now, we're going to lay it all out first. All right. I want you to see, the areas that you should be paying attention to, should understand. Some of these pieces you may already know, okay, which is still, valuable information to, I would say, everyone here. But just knowing that you have this system, right, built out in such a way for you to manage your day-to-day, focus on a specific topic, or allocate your time in a more efficient manner, right? Things like that. So right off the bat here, you're in your dashboard, okay? The areas that really kind of stand out to you the most, all right, are going to be your daily calls and your daily tasks and this lead activity here. For the lead activity, though, you can break it down, make it a bit more simple. You don't have to focus on everything, right? Why don't you focus on lead responses? You see this activity? Right here, you'll have a drop down in which you can look at specifically what the leads have been doing. Do you want to just find out all the properties that they've been viewing here? You want to focus on your buyers? Hey, why don't you look at the property views, have this load up and see all of those property views here? Going beyond this, maybe showing requests or questions. Somebody wants to check out a listing, right? If Bonnie wanted to look at a property or Miguel there, I'm going to follow up with them. And you could respond to each of these leads requests. Right here, there's little options there. Maybe you see it, maybe you haven't yet. I know it's a little bit, for people with eyes like mine, it might not show up right away. But if you hover over these places, I did it with Bonnie earlier, actually, just to test things out. I responded to Bonnie's showing request when she wanted to go see it. All right. And so I sent her a text to follow up, and I also sent her an email. That's how these responses work. They just interact with your leads, with you telling it how to interact. And then going beyond this, of course, valuations, seeing what leads have submitted their information. Do you get listing addresses? You've got new leads. Want to focus on the new book of business that you've been gathering? Every new lead that's come in over the past month or set weeks or days. You can go even further. Your leads interactions, emails, text messages. Folks, this is to help you manage, to help you see what is happening. This is why KV Core is so valuable, because you don't have to look at this one by one. You can see it all over time. You'll see it as well as it descends, meaning the top right there is the most recent piece of your activity. So bringing this back and forth here, a day ago, I had somebody get a valuation. They didn't look to offer me an address or their personal information. I did this myself. I'm testing things out, obviously. But each one of these pieces, when leads are active, it shows up here on your dashboard. So something that we always recommend, right? If you've gone into the Agent Quick Start Guide, what we always tell you to do is go to your website, pretend you're a lead, look at properties, favorite listings, get market reports. If you do that, you'll see this activity come through. Now, I will highlight here, the dashboard also plays into the lead profiles. Okay, it's not just on the dashboard, right? If I open up Bonnie, I'm going to see all of the activity for Bonnie, right? right here in the center of her page, the timeline here. Okay. Now, I will also mention here within each of your contacts, you can break down the activity even further. So while yes, these are all the text messages, the emails, the showing requests, the properties that were viewed, if I want to just focus on what properties Bonnie has been looking at, I can, just like you can on the dashboard. All right. So let's look at all the properties, whether she viewed them or saved them. She saved this one. She also viewed it. Right. So you can do this with each of your contacts. Each one of them has that breakdown. The thing about the dashboard, though, the reason why I'm emphasizing it, the reason why I want to show this off, simply put, it's where you manage that data, the day-to-day data. Fun thing to say, right? But what I'm highlighting here is your follow-up, your emails, your calls. If you've got Core Video as well, just letting you guys know, Core Video is an option. It's a paid tool. I won't dive too much into it, but these are simple pieces for you to use. Now, I'm going to ask everyone a question here, and I'd love to see some responses. Feel free to throw your answer via the Zoom chat tool. If I'm getting these leads activity right here, right now, when should I respond? Seriously, it's a question. It's not rhetorical. I'd like to see some of your answers. So Anthony or Carol or Patricia, if any of you have some ideas, if I'm seeing this lead activity, if Bonnie is reaching out, looking at listings right now, when should I follow up with Bonnie? Well, I'll give you a hint. I'll do it right now. I'm going to email Bonnie, all right? So you can say things like, hey, Bonnie, I saw this listing. Carol, Anthony, exactly right. Yes. So I'm reaching out to Bonnie, talking about this property. Simple email, just right then, right there, boom. Send out another piece of engagement, hopefully getting some responses. Now, I wasn't very detailed with that. I'll go over some more options for you. But texting, I feel like texting is one of the most underutilized features that in this day and age should be at the forefront of your marketing. Okay. You are not a robot. You are not some automation piece, right? You are a legitimate real estate agent marketing yourself, marketing your business. Now, while you're using some automated tools and features with your business, that doesn't mean that you can't set up some engagement, just manual pieces. Now, day to day, this is what I'm talking about. You should be in here looking at what's happening. So following up with these leads are simple responses, right? Okay. Not enough CRMs offer texting options. Yeah, you're probably right there, Bethany. And I can't speak against our competition because I don't use them for good reason, right? I'm in KV Core. But what I'm talking about here is that you have emails. You can also manage calls. Why not just tackle all three at once, right? So I've already emailed Bonnie. Let's send her a text message as well, okay? Any interest in seeing this listing, Bonnie? Okay. And getting this to go out to her, right? I can include the link if I want to. What's also great as well, what I absolutely love, folks, if you didn't know, you can just throw in an MLS ID in some of these text messages and we'll auto populate a link for you. So you don't need to go and find it. But as you can see with KV Core, a lot of the time we actually just provide you the link. And if I copy this right now, right, I didn't add this in here. This was already there because of what? Because of Bonnie's lead activity here on the dashboard. So if I just go to my website, right, or just actually open up this link, that's what I wanted to do. It will open up my website and it'll bring me back to this very same property, right? So going back to this, any interest in seeing this listing, Bonnie? Right? Sending this out, getting a conversation started. So right away, right? I'm sending out an email. I'm sending out a text message. Oh, looks like Bonnie's unsubscribed from text messages. Regardless, it's a test lead. So don't worry. I'm not annoying somebody, but also call them. So you have these options here. And when I give them a call, I can call through the platform. And if I do this, just know that it's going to call your cell phone. Remember the cell phone a part of your profile? So it'll call your cell phone. You pick it up. I'm actually going to decline it right now because I'm on a webinar with you guys, but I pick it up, have a conversation. right? Talk to Bonnie. See, ask her, hey, Bonnie, did you get my email? Did you get my text? I saw that you looked at this listing. Just let you know, we can maybe schedule a showing to view it if you want to. Let me know what works best for you, right? Just giving her a call. And if we did talk, I'm going to label that as a contacted call. If I didn't, though, she didn't answer, I just left a voicemail or something, they're not home, okay? No answer, left voicemail, okay? But beyond that, I also have the bad number option. If you guys don't know this, the bad number option here just removes the lead phone number if you did try to call it and it was fake, right? If you tried to call this contact and it wasn't a good number, label it as a bad number. But if dial tone happened, you got through, you got a voicemail, they're still there. So I'm just going to label it as not home. All right. So with Bonnie, if we open up her profile now, if we look at what we sent her, there's an email, there's a phone call, and the text didn't go through because it looks like the text is not a landline, or it's not a cell phone, it's a landline. But that's just Bonnie. Now, again, I'll repeat the same process. I'll do it with Dev this time. With Dev, okay, we can even just go look at the property if we want to ourselves, right? Just copy this, go take a look, see what he's been viewing, right, on our website. You know, this is a nice property. It's out there in San Diego, giving some more insight. Maybe I follow up with them and try to get some more interaction. Yeah, that's the idea here. Okay. I saw that you viewed this listing. All right. And maybe ask them some more general questions. Did you have some time this week to come and view it? Would love to schedule a showing with you if possible. Boom. All right. Maybe I'll put in a question mark here. Edit some of the wording. Obviously, I'm bad at typing here. Regardless, right? Putting all of this in. Now, there is something else I want to show you here in the email and also the text messages, okay? This is going to be something that I feel like can really benefit you guys if you have not been using it. Merge tags, all right? Merge tags do make it a bit more simple for you, okay? They do make it easier on you to kind of find out what you can do and in engaging with maybe multiple people, all right? These are what I'm talking about. Now, merge tags can autofill lead information. They can fill out your own agent information, but you know what they can also do? They can fill out listing details, okay? So with that, what you do here is you put in like, say, the listing address, listing links, the property type, maybe include some images, right? I can do this. So with that, once I put that in there though, it does require an MLS ID. It requires the listing ID for the property that I'm looking to promote, right? Or to share with or to engage about. So all in all, what I need to do is just take that MLS number or the MLS ID for the property and just put it here. It'll do the rest for me. And so when I send this out, which I will in just a moment, you're going to see the thumbnail image, the primary image for this property in the email itself, right? So featuring this, you send it out via email, okay? And so when it gets sent out to Dev or whoever the lead is, when they receive that, that's just going to autofill the information for them. So let's view the email here. There's the image. There's that link again. All of this is there for them. Keep this going. So you don't just stop at the one person, right? You do this for every lead that has been active on your website. Now, because of this here, you do have those options with texting. Bethany, you're right on the same track with me here. So Bethany, I'll use you as the example, right? You're sending out this message. You don't just have to email them. Remember to text. With text messages, though, remember this. You can also use merge tags with those. It's a little bit different than an email, right? You don't have the merge tag tool, but what you do have is on your keyboard a weird squiggly line bracket. Yep, that's what I call it, the weird squiggly line bracket. It's next to your P key, all right, on the keyboard. And I'll share it via the Zoom chat tool just so you guys can see it, just in case you haven't used it yet. All right. That weird bracket brings up this list for you. What is this list? This is the list of merge tags you have to autofill information. So primary call. Let's see here. What are we looking for? We're looking for listing address. There it is. So I can put in the listing address. All right. Another one I could do. See here. Listing image. Okay. And so all I need to do is just make sure that MLS ID is placed in there. Let's copy it one more time. There we go. And so it'll include the address. It'll include the image. Let me know if you would like to schedule a showing this weekend. All right. And get this going. There we go. And so when this gets sent out to dev, it's going to autofill those pieces in the text message, right? There it is. Got the image sent to them. Okay. And I've got that listing address as well. Now, from this perspective, right, this is something I feel like every single one of you should do. But here's the thing. This activity, these lead responses, they only display here if the lead is active, right? The lead is going to your website. So I'm going to ask you guys, and feel free to take a wild shot in the dark. What's the best thing you can do to make sure that this happens, at least so that you can start building the responses? You want to get leads to your site, right? If you get the leads there, if they go to your website, if they look at properties and they do stuff, they look at something, they favorite something, they ask for evaluation, they so much as sneeze on your site, you're going to know about it. Joking about the last option. All right. But the idea is there. Okay. Bethany, you're asked, can you send multiple MLS IDs at once? No, Bethany, that's a good idea, though. There is an option. However, Bethany, there is an option where you can send multiple listings at once. I'll kind of highlight that a little bit from now to talk about how you can like manage multiple listings or whatnot, or send multiple listings at once via email or text, because it is capable here. You can do that, okay? But not via MLS IDs, right? So from a day-to-day, I would say that this is something that you guys should be looking at. Your activity feed, all right? One of those big pieces as well is getting the leads to your site. Now, some very simple options here. We're going to go over to another area. I want you to look at your CRM. Simply put, you can be a bit lazy here. We're going to use those merge tags though. Check these boxes next to the name, or just check the box next to first name there, and you'll select all the contacts on this page. Send out mass emails. Send out mass text messages. And this is where those merge tags can, again, come in handy. They can develop these relationships. They can develop this communication. And especially since you're using this yourself, you're building out the message. You're building out the mass text message yourself. So this is not some automated bot, right? This is not an automated smart campaign message. This is you engaging the lead. Now, we have some canned responses for you. Feel free to use those, or just build out your own here, folks. Seriously, go for it. Now, the idea for me, what I like doing is setting up the message, hi, or hey, or hello, so-and-so. Just a little tidbit of information, depending on where you are in the country. I know a lot of leads don't like hey, so that might be a bad example. Hi, hello, how you doing? That kind of stuff. So merge tag, lead, first name, boom. So that's going to go out to Maria. That's going to go out to Steve. That's going to go out to Anthony, whoever it is. It knows who it's engaging with. But the thing is I can engage with 10 leads with this. I can engage with 100 leads with this. You can select the amount of contacts you want to reach out by selecting those check boxes there. All right. Now the idea from this here, hi, lead, first name, having an open house. This Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then maybe put in an MLS piece here with that merge tag, listing ID, listing address. There it is. Click here for more details. And or tap here, because I'm sending this via text. Tap here for more details. Another merge tag. And we'll do listing link. Okay. And from this perspective now, all I need to do and all I need to grab is, again, that listing ID. So I'll throw this MLS ID in there, set it up, and send it. Okay. So with your activity, getting people to this website, getting people to see it, there are plenty of options here. And in fact, there's actually something in the system for you if you want to use with your marketing tool. If you ever want to engage every single contact, I always kind of jump to this tool, and it's something I find is just very beneficial. Scheduled mass emails. Okay. If you got an announcement going, you got an open house this weekend, you got a new listing, you got a newsletter, perfect option for you to use. Schedule a mass email. Now, the reason why I want to show this off to you real quick is simply because of one thing. Have you ever wanted to engage every single contact in your system? Just as a general, like, hey, how's it going? Right? So something I always recommend to just get the list of contacts to your site is actually using one of our templates here. So get started, go ahead, get this email going. Now, if you guys want, feel free to copy exactly as I show you here today, because it will get you responses. It will get you some kind of results. If you have contacts in your platform right now, do this. Schedule an email and have it go out to contacts from all of the statuses. See where I'm going with this? Select your sphere, your prospect, your new lead, your active lead, client, contract, and closed. Those are the 7 parts of a client journey. So this is every contact that's in your system right now. Okay. If you're new to KV Core, this is gonna help you magnificently. All right. I love kind of putting this in front of your face, because I just want the leads to go to your site. That's all we want them to do. Go to your site, look at properties, maybe favorite a listing, ask for a search alert, ask for a market report. So there's this template in the platform. Some of you may be aware of it. It's called the imported leads default email. This template is there for everyone here. If you have a KV Core account, you got this template. Okay. Now, feel free to edit this. Okay. But you see what it says here? Actively searching to purchase or sell. It's asking them questions. Okay. The only thing I do recommend here, though, is to actually remove a section here. And it's from something called the Millions Mapped app. If anyone here used our old legacy platform Conversion, we brought that Millions Mapped app over. Yeah, I know it's a mouthful. We brought that Millions Mapped over. Okay, and it's a decent app for the time. We don't use it anymore. What I tell you to use, okay, is to bring leads to your website via their own mobile devices. Meaning your website is incredibly mobile friendly. We've built it from the ground up for the 21st century with all the apps these days. The reason why I'm highlighting it here, okay? Additionally, let's just remove this second part here too. We don't need to offer any comparisons to our competitors with Zillow and all that stuff. Additionally, the site is super mobile friendly. All right. That's not the right word. Friendly. I said firedly. Super mobile friendly, and includes all of the MLS data. Includes all of the same MLS data. All right. Now, this is the thing. This template's there for you to use. Guide people to your agent site URL. Generally, if you just remove that second part there, all right, this will drive people to your site for many different reasons. But if you want to add to this, just state that your site, let me just kind of add into that. The site additionally provides market reports, search alerts, valuations, as well as my cooking log. All right. And that's a little piece there. I do talk about this in some of the trainings. If you guys ever want to hop into our Agent Quick Start training, I talk about like how you can manage blog posts and stuff like that. I'm a big food guy. I love it. I love cooking. So I share off some recipes. You know, I feel like if it's simple, it's easy to make, and you got time for it, it's gonna bring people back to you. Right. Obviously, that's neither here nor there for what today's topic is about. Just kind of sharing some other pieces there. All right. So advertising this, sharing this, getting people back to my site. So remember what I've done. I went to the scheduled mass email tool. If you're wondering where that is, again, it's found in your marketing tab with scheduled mass emails here. All right. And I want to send this out. It could be later today. It could be tomorrow. Okay. I'll just stick with tomorrow in this case, and I'll set it up for 10 a.m. There we go. Okay. And the reason why I'm sending this out, though, is that all of these contacts in my system, remember to include your agent signature. When I schedule this to go out, all of those leads in my system, when they receive this and it gets sent to them, the template itself, what it includes is my info, general set of questions, and of course, that merge tag. Okay. This is designed, this specific template is designed to just get people back to your site to either access it, look at listings, get valuations. Of course, when they do that, if they log in or register, you're going to know about what they're doing, what they're looking at, if they've asked any questions. If somebody requests anything from you on your site, if they want to chat with you, they want to ask you a question, it requires them to sign in, to register. All right. You can also add to this as well. Remember, this is your email to send. Make it yours. Combine your own unique perspective. Add in your imprint on this, as I did here, right? Showing off my cooking blog. I send it out. It's going out there. I want people to receive that because when they do, they're going to go to my site. When they go to my site, they look at something, they favorite something, they do anything on it, I will know about it right on my dashboard. The dashboard here brings this all up for me. What they look at, what they do, what they favorite. And of course, it's not just the dashboard, but within the lead profile as well. If you highlight this here, if you manage this from day to day, this will keep you in the loop. Now, we're not done. We're not done. But what I'm going to do for everyone here is I'm going to share an article discussing your dashboard. Okay. So for any other minor details that I might have skipped or missed out on, feel free to review this article. It's talking about the dashboard there. Okay. Just sent it out. You guys should be able to see it in the Zoom chat tool. Now, if any of you are like me, you'll see something, you'll know that you have to do something, and then it goes out of your mind because you looked at something else, you did something else, and it's gone. Okay. Something I like to highlight here in KV Core is the fact that you can sync up KV Core to certain tools, to certain calendars, that calendar synchronization, so that when you have daily calls or activity or leads requesting a showing for a specific date, it can come right up on your Google Calendar or your Outlook calendar. What I'm talking about here is syncing up your G Suite or Outlook accounts. From this upper right corner here, where you see your name, there's this little envelope icon. This envelope icon here offers you an opportunity to sync up the third-party lead sources, to sync up your Gmail or your Outlook. And I'm going to show you how to do this real quick. It's very easy. So when you click on this, if you have an Outlook account, connect your Outlook. If you have a Gmail or a G Suite account, connect your Gmail. It's going to open up this window for you here. This window is going to have you sign in and accept the permissions in which KV Core is going to access your emails, access your Gmail account itself. Allow the permissions. And now it's going to sync up. It's going to reset the page here. Give it a second to load. And now from here, we're not done just quite yet. All right. That upper right corner, you see how I've got that number 19 there? Those are notifications from my email itself. I'm getting my emails coming through here. And if I click on this, it'll actually open up my email itself, just the email in turn of what it is. Isn't that cool? Now, we're not done. Google settings here. When you click into the Google settings, you'll have an option to sync up emails. This first part is the communication side. So if I had Bonnie as a part of my emails, for the past couple of years, right? I've known Bonnie for a while. I can sync up all of those past emails that I've had with her so that it displays in her timeline. It'll just be in her profile, all of the conversations that we've had. Whether I just started KV Core today, doesn't matter. It'll sync up all of our past conversations. I can also sync up my calendar. This is the one that I want you to turn on. Sync up your calendar. So the phone calls and the tasks and the things that you set aside for yourself, as well as the lead activity, can sync up in your Google Calendar. All right. Got it set up with one of my demo accounts here. So I'm going to turn this on and you guys are going to see in real time where it comes up on the calendar here in KV Core, as well as the calendar here on my Gmail account. Now, this last one here, I'm going to say be very careful with. So you're managing these Google settings. Remember, folks, I got to this by syncing up my Gmail, and then I went into this Google settings tab. I'm going to toggle on the calendar. I'm actually going to leave this one turned off. The reason why is that if I sync up contacts, this will sync up every unique email that I have received from. So if I had, no reply at walmart.com, right, because I purchased something off of Walmart or Amazon, that's a contact. That'll be synced over as a contact. That's why I say to be careful with this. If you don't mind it, if you don't mind having every single contact come in here, that's fine. And you can have it sync constantly. So if you get a new email from a new person because they saw your email somewhere, you can constantly sync up. Or you can manually push it through, meaning you're manually pushing every contact that you have that is communicated to you through email from your Gmail account. Now, I'm not going to do this. I will show you. That is an option for you. Okay. I just want to get this calendar over. So once I save these settings, I'm going to refresh the page. And here's the area that I'm going to show you. My calendar. See, my Gmail calendar has been brought over now. It's synced up with KV Core. And so I can see all of the meetings that I have today, including what you guys are at here, right? But also, I can schedule additional calls. I can schedule additional tasks. And so it'll display in my calendar here. And then also, if I can open this up for you guys real quick, it'll display in my Gmail calendar as well. So I'll get it here for my meetings. Now, let's close out of some of these other tabs here. How do we get this in there? Well, when I go to this activity, like with Bonnie, if I want to schedule a call, I'll do it. And I don't have to remember it. Once it's out of my sight, it's out of my mind, I'm never going to remember it myself. I have a terrible memory like that. Sorry, just how I am. But KV Core isn't. You see when I click on this, new call, I'll schedule it, put in a note, simple follow-up, leave voicemail if no answer. All right. And we'll schedule this for tomorrow. All right. I'll set it up for the 9th, 12 p.m., just at noon. All right. Now, of course, I won't necessarily have to make sure that I follow up at that exact time. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sync it with my Google Calendar. Schedule the call. All right. So I've got this call. The next call is there tomorrow. I'm going to have it then. Now, keeping this in mind, what just happened? If we're looking at my Gmail calendar, there's Bonnie again. See that? I even have all of her information there. Isn't that great? And I could just access the details from my Google Calendar as well. And there we go. We're opening up Bonnie's profile. I can do this from my phone. I can use this from the app. See, day in and day out, your calls, your tasks, your calendar, your daily activity You can just plan it all out, or you can have the system help you do this. So you don't have to think about what to do next. You don't have to manage your notifications, your emails. You can let the system just tell you, hey, this is what's happening, Christian. Hey, these leads are being this active. Hey, why don't you give them a call? Why don't you have those tasks managed? I can even see here in my upcoming calls that I've got that call with Bonnie tomorrow. I can even go to the calendar again within KV Core and see that it's there tomorrow, the Bonnie test call at 12 p.m. You seen these benefits? I feel like Bethany is. I'm glad to see that, Bethany. So I'm just going to share one other article here in regards to the sync. Guys, that's kind of what I wanted you to look at today. Sync up your accounts, manage the dashboard, and see your lead activity. If you can get them into the system, if you can schedule an email, have it go out, use that imported leads default email itself, right? Get people back to your site using those merge tags. You're going to get results. You're going to get responses. Sure, you might have those people that say, no, I'm not interested right now. Feel free to take me off your list or whatever. That's fine. You can make them as part of your sphere. You can archive the lead. Doesn't matter. Just try to get people to your site. If you get them there, if they're looking at your site, you are going to see their activity. If you see what they're doing on their activity, if they're being active, just as Anthony and Carol know, you're going to react to them. You're going to reach out to them. You're going to respond to them. You're going to actively communicate because all of this is happening in your dashboard. So with that, I want to thank you guys for being here today. All right. Bethany, I know you're excited. Anyone else have any ideas? Anyone see any differences that you might try? Any kind of featured tool that you saw here today that you really want to use? Maybe it's those text messages. Maybe it's just the simple mass text message that I showed off earlier, right? Where I engaged with 10 people. Well, let me know. But if you guys have any other questions, I'm here. All right. I'll stick around for another few minutes if nobody else has any other questions. But otherwise, get that dashboard moving. Get that activity going. You guys are going to see results. Thank you so much for being here today. Let me know if you have any questions.